In July, Judy and Chris spent a fair bit of time on dirt roads. You stopped wherever the opportunity offered just to make up your coffee. They weren't all flat and barren, but they were still pretty dusty, with dips big enough to swallow the Prado and the trailer. Chris and Judy were travelling to the gorge countries, several places along the road where there was attractive gorge scenery. The best of them, of course, had a little water at the base. Sometimes a little cold in which to swim, but not a bad place to go for a paddle. Of course, in some of the gorges there were always idiots trying to be paraplegics, but other places were much more suited to a gentle swim. They came off the dirt road for a while to enjoy the Katherine Gorge and the wildly improbable tropical surrounds of the Mataranka hot spring. Of course, after the pleasant stop at Mataranka, back to the desert. The Devil's Marbles off the sealed Stuart Highway. The good facilities but decidedly grubby town of Coober Pedy. Or even the latest subdevelopments on the edge of town are dug into hills to avoid the climatic extremes. Where the desert isn't completely torn up by the miners, it remains barren, with the occasional startling features such as the breakaways. Of course, there was a visit to Lake Eyre, a miserable, windswept, thoroughly uncomfortable place. They had, of course, enjoyed a good break at Darwin, with its pleasant enough harbour, its thoroughly enjoyable markets, and near the markets on one day they visited Beer Can Regatta. Where Chris and Judy stayed long enough to watch one or two of the beginning heats before going to the casino next door to watch the Raiders being slaughtered in a rugby league game. From Darwin they also had a quick look at the greenery of Kakadu and Early in the Dry. With a quick visit to part of Arnhem Land. Of course, the area is known for bird life, though the crocodiles were about to try and do something about that. But that was only a little fella. There were some huge crocs there, and not just where the guides were, they were all over the place.